God damn it, that sucks. I forgot to turn up the sound. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, it's just me here. Jiggy's under the weather. I guess I'll start the show again because we didn't have any sound for the first fucking 5 minutes I was just talking. Whatever. So yeah, it's just me here tonight, smoking in the building. Wiz might be down here. Smoke Queen might be down here with me, but we're just gonna do a quick little show, do some news stories and stuff, and we'll possibly do a full show on New Year's Eve. How's that sound? Do a New Year's Eve party show, bring in the New Year's with anybody who wants to watch. Yep, my bad. Try to do all this shit down here by myself tonight. So yep, Jiggy's not feeling well tonight. Hope he should be better in a day or so. And like I said, we'll probably do a New Year's Eve show. If we don't do a New Year's Eve show, we'll definitely do a show this weekend before New Year's. And talk about all the stuff throughout the year. But we'll talk about a little bit about that. Like I was saying, this is a story we talked about throughout the year. A few times here, the Tabby Star. There's a new possible explanation for the weird light behavior of the alien megastructure star. Instead of advanced aliens, we might be looking at a really weird exoplanet rings. A team of scientists led by Mario Sequeira at the University of Antigua in Colombia has suggested that the new explanation for the irregular dips in the brightness of Tabby Star, or star KIC 8462852, since it recently resumed its unusual behavior. The mysterious shift in the stellar opacity could be a signature of a transitioning Saturn-like exoplanet. We studied the dynamics of the tilting XORing to explain irregular and anomalous transition signals of the closed ring planets, as well as the ring's early evolutionary stages. A team of astronomers led by Yale University, Tabitha Boyan, first noted the unusual behavior of the star back in 2015. Normally, stars observed from Earth can be seen to dim whenever a planet passes in front of it, in what's called a transition. That wasn't the case for Tabby Star. Later, a fury of explanations followed, from rogue comets to a colossal megastructure orbiting the star, possibly built by extraterrestrials. The scientists in Columbia, at the University in Columbia, and his colleagues tested their ideas through simulations of how light curves when a ring planet transitions in stars from about 1/10 the distance of Earth from the Sun. A ringed exoplanet creates irregular dips in the brightness when its rings first block some of the star, and then the planet passes to dim it even more. Afterwards, the rings block it again. These transitions would produce no obvious patterns, as the rings could be at different angles each time. Furthermore, the simulations showed that a star could tug on the rings and make them wobble, adding the irregular way light dims from the star. We found that tilted ring structures undergo short-term changes in shape oriented that are manifesting, they explained. So, now they don't think it was aliens. And it's not a megastructure. And I'm sure that story will change again sometime during 2019 as they keep on investigating what is going on with Tabby Star. Alright, let's see. What else we got here? It's some holiday news. You'll be scared. Yeah. Woman captures a ghost haunting a Christmas tree moments before a glass bauble mysteriously smashes. Melanie Scholes, 31, experienced a festive fright while chit-chatting with a friend about their deceased loved ones. A woman claims she snapped a ghost haunting a Christmas tree moments after a glass mysteriously smashed on its floor. She noticed the ghoulish face after taking a picture of the tree to send to her mom and saw it gazing right at her from among the branches. The spectral vision appears to be gray with a clear eye and nose, with Melanie believing it could be her colleague's deceased brother letting her know he was still around. She also believes the ghost smashed the bauble and to show them that she was present, or he was present. Melanie from Bolton, Greater Manchester said, I see a ghost in the bauble. There's a face in that bauble, and it's looking right at me. Conversation in the morning because we were talking about my colleague's brother who sadly passed away a couple years ago. My patient had just been putting the tree up. As we were talking about it, the bauble fell off the tree and smashed. We all jumped around to see what it was, and when the bauble broke, we sat down chatting for at least 15 minutes. It was going to fall off. It would have done it more or less straight away. We'd been talking about a brother in that moment too. He sadly passed away of cancer, and we were having this chat through about it, and it was in that moment that the bauble fell just off the tree. My colleague has seen the photo, and she said it's her brother. I think it might have been his way of letting her know he was still around. Let's see. I don't know if it is her brother or not, but I do think it was listening to us, if you know what I mean, especially with it coming up to Christmas now. It's a family time of year. I showed the picture to my mom, who saw the face first and showed me it back. She cropped it down a bit and said, have you seen the face? I missed it at first, and then I could see it. Everyone I've shown it to was able to see the face, and some people have even claimed that they see others around the tree too. Melanie also runs a ghost hunting company, claims it's not the first time she's experienced paranormal activity in her work career. She once grew very close to a client who sadly passed away, but he saw his shadow gazing at her from a window when she drove past his house a few weeks later. Melody said, once or twice at work I've had ghostly activity, and at home as well. We've got our own family-owned ghost hunting company, so it's something I'm used to. Once I was at my mom's house and my phone was just sitting on the couch on its own, and it just flashed. I wondered what it was, so I went back to my phone, and it had taken a picture of up near the ceiling, but there's a figure in it looking over me. You could see it looking down towards my phone. The strangest paranormal experiences was when I lived in Germany. I lay in bed and I woke up one night and I was convinced my son was beside me. I got out of bed and I went out of the balcony for a cigarette. I went back to my room, and in bed was still indented from where someone had been. I tried brushing it off as myself, going a bit doolally because these English people. I was really poor at it. About a half hour later, I woke up to a football bouncing at the side of my bed. I jumped out of bed, and I wouldn't go back to bed that night. The strangest, scariest thing that I've ever seen. So this lady has lots of ghost experience. And now she's got this. Y'all Google it and stuff after you can see the picture of what she says is a face in the tree. I don't see a person's face. It looks more like a dog's face or something. Like the reflection of a dog sitting on the floor. I don't know. But anything is possible. Alright, let's see. What else do we have in the news here? Real UFOs appear on live TV on a huge screen. This is what Argentinians call a real ovni, or UFO. Sighting as it appears on live TV on the news channel. You can hear the news reporter saying, Ovini, Ovini. The female newsreader is the first one to actually point out the UFO, and then she enthusiastically starts pointing to it. The TV screen is so big, she's literally on the screen pointing at it, so you cannot miss it. This is the moment when the news reporter notices the UFO in the picture below. The UFO is metallic and it's a sphere shape. The UFO is hovering, but then it starts to drift or fly away to the left of the screen, and what a big screen that it is. We get to see it in such clear detail. If it was a normal screen, this probably wouldn't have been picked up, as it would have been a bit too small. Instinctively she points to it, but it's a great encounter, as it's live TV in Argentina on the news, and these are the best ones. Like NASA live TV, but the difference between both is that NASA cuts the live feed, whereas the camera crew on this just points and shouts, UFO, UFO. This is what you'd expect NASA to do, and zoom in and have a scientist on standby to give us a quick analysis of the sight to behold, but instead they cut the feed and make contact on every known channel all by themselves in secrecy, and every known frequency is used to get contact with the alien occupants, hoping for a response. Here's some more pictures and clips of the UFO sighting. That's what NASA does. You think that UFO goes away, then they cut the feed. No, it doesn't. It docks with the International Space Station. That's where the live feed is usually, and they have a cup of English tea. Maybe they have some scones or rich tea biscuit. Who knows what they do after the cameras are cut, is what I mean. The news crew acted very typical and surprised people. They acted correct, and that's why I know it wasn't scripted. You really see the surprise, especially when the woman. I know if it's live TV, then someone could literally have a drone on standby and fly it in the shot once it is definitely on the telly right then. The video to the amazing daytime UFO encounter of live TV over Argentina. Dun, dun, dun. What's good? So, that's that story. It's interesting, though. I mean, it's hard to say if it's a UFO. I mean, it's obviously an unidentified flying object, but is it an alien craft? Is it a balloon? What is it? But it was on live TV in Argentina. Let's see, what do we got here? Planetary scientists say alien life might not need planets to evolve and survive. Failed stars could host remarkable forms of alien life. In the hunt for celestial body that could host life, specifically life that found on Earth, scientists have typically looked for planets with surfaces similar to our own, at about the same temperature, about the same chemical makeup, and ideally with liquid water like that from which we evolved. Now a whole new group of space objects has joined the list of potential life-supporting hosts, and they don't have a planet-like surface at all. Researchers from the University of Edinburgh in the United Kingdom have proposed that we look for life in the upper atmospheres of cold brown dwarfs. Interesting. I always say this too. Why are we just looking for life on fucking Earth-like planets and shit? Aliens could fucking be completely different than us. They could fucking breathe helium and fucking have mercury for blood or some shit. Who the fuck knows what they have? Gotta be. They could live on a fucking on a planet with like fucking liquid something, some other kind of liquid besides water, and who knows? So this is interesting here. These failed stars have the same elements found in traditional stars, but they lack the mass to ignite. Somewhere between the size of a planet and a star, they can boast atmospheres and hover around temperatures that would be considered comfortable on Earth, and with about the same pressure levels. You don't necessarily need to have terrestrial planet with a surface, Jack Yates, a planetary scientist who led the study, said to Science magazine. This development would open up a whole new arena in the hunt for extraterrestrial life, just maybe not life that looks like we do. Microbes like those that lurk high above our own atmosphere could be discovered, or perhaps we'd find some of the sky plankton Carl Sagan coined sinkers, floaters, organisms that manipulate their body pressure to rise and fall within an atmosphere, could also be hovering above cold brown dwarfs. Though we only know of a handful of cold brown dwarfs right now, about 10 of those are likely to be within 30 light years of Earth. With James Webb Space Telescope set to launch in just over a year, we may have our answers as to whether these bodies host life sooner rather than later. Not only would it be a huge discovery if they do, it would also throw out the window our preconceived notion about where to look for life beyond our planet. They point to where there could be. That's what I mean. They're thinking of right now. They're pointing and they're looking at all. Most of the stuff that they're looking for is they look for planets what they call in the habitable zone. So, you know, they're what they call the habitable zone, which is the zone where the Earth is, figuring that there's planets close to stars that are about our size and stuff within this zone and stuff where they think there would be life and stuff. Now they're saying let's look for life in other areas because there'd be other kind of. So, I don't know. What are you saying? Yeah. Why can't you see it? You can't zoom up.
There's a truck that's blocking in like half of our driveway. I didn't know what it was.
I don't know. Smoke Queen's here now. Roll is in the building. So yeah. I mean, they're looking and stuff, and I don't 100% trust NASA, but NASA doesn't. I mean, not everything NASA says is a lie and stuff, and everything that they're doing and stuff, and not everybody who's working there and stuff. Yeah, they do keep a lot of stuff from us. Like the other story was reading about the UFO and stuff, where I was referring to how NASA cuts the live feeds on their feeds when stuff like that happens, where this TV station kept on rolling and pointed out the UFO and everything. So yeah, there's stuff that NASA hides, but there's also a lot of stuff that NASA tells us, and you can learn a lot of stuff. So I have Smoke Queen.
Hi.
You can turn up your mic and move it if you want. You want a mic?
I get to use Jiggy's mic. Smoke Queen in high def.
Hold on. So, alright. So back to that story. Oh yeah, I finished that. Where? Alright, next story. What else do we got in the news here? Oh. Hold on one second, I lost my thing here. Yeah, here's a fucking great one. Not too. The Queen talking about her self-sacrifice in front of a massive gold piano. Queen Elizabeth II has broadcast her Christmas speech significantly highlighting the importance of unity and family. Sounds great, doesn't it? A public figure speaking about things both the elite and the mere mortals experience in life. The response to this message was outrage. Many people felt the Queen was out of touch with everyday people. Why? This was due to the giant gold piano, potentially worth millions, in the background of the video. Even with the most deeply held differences, treating the other person with respect and as a fellow human being is always a good first step towards greater understanding, she said. The Joseph Rowntree Foundation has discovered over 4 million children are in poverty and has increased significantly in the past 5 years in the UK. Charity shelters say 1 in every 200 people in the United Kingdom is homeless, and over 300,000 people are sleeping rough or in bad housing conditions in Britain. It makes you think, do royalty have any idea about what it's like to struggle, to not know when your next meal is coming, or if you'll even have a place to stay? A significant number of people have urged the Queen to do her next Christmas speech in front of the food bank next year to add sincerity to her message to show those most affected. It's not even just the gold piano. The whole fucking room is filled with gold shit. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking she's talking about helping... given to people and shit. What the fuck? With how the royal family accrued their wealth, is it fair for them to hold on to it? People are saying. And then there's a whole bunch of Twitter posts and stuff. So I just thought that was an interesting story. Here. Strangest scientific discovery of 2018. Strangest scientific discovery of 2018. Memory formation appear to be facilitated by the same mechanisms as a viral infection. If we can compare a rock to a virus which appears to come alive when infecting a cell, it appears to be dead when doing nothing, then we must begin to suspect that there is something lifelike in non-biological things like clouds and hills. One question raised: are viruses really the border between life and non-life? Filler. Lorium esposa. What the fuck is? Why is this all in Latin now? What the hell happened there? Okay, I thought that was gonna be a good story. No, I'm just on a website here and getting some more stories. Let's see. Some of that. All right, Project Blue Book, UFO sighting investigations. After the famous event, whose hero was Arnold Kenneth, a pilot who during a flight reported that his plane was surrounded by flying objects of unknown origin, the American Army alerted. In 1947, the U.S. Air Force launched the SIGN project to study this phenomenon. As a result of these appearances, in 1952, the Blue Book project was launched, attended by representatives of the Pentagon and civil researchers. The project had three very clear objectives: analysis of witness statements at these events, determining the degree of risk that the UFOs have on the U.S. secrecy. Over time, this mission would change radically. It was mostly headed up by a CIA group called the UAC Consultative Scientific Group, commonly known as the Robertson Commission. And then it goes to videos. Alright, I think we'll stop the news now because I gotta roll some more blunts and I can't roll and read at the same time. So we'll just talk about some shit. Well, you could roll blunts either way.
I am rolling.
I don't think there's any more good news right now anyway. We're just doing a quick little show tonight anyway. Fuck Japan. I'm not going to even read this story, but fuck Japan. It's to resume hunting whales again in July 2019. Fucking assholes. Fucking dickheads.
There's no reason to do that at all.
Yeah, maybe it's just a quick... Nope, it's going to go to a video. But something's happening on Saturn, but you got to watch the video to find out what it is.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what's happening on Saturn, but you hear about their rings are starting to melt into, it's like ice rings that are starting to melt into the atmosphere.
Oh, it's giving off gases. Videos. Alright. Oh, this might be a... Nope. Oh, let's see if this takes me to a full story. Nope.
I don't have a crown on because I don't actually have a crown, unfortunately. I should get a crown.
No, because we ain't fucking materialistic, fucking gaudy ass fucking people like the real fucking queen over there in fucking England. Fuck that bitch over there and shit.
It's a golden piano.
Fucking golden. No, go Google that picture and look at all the.
I saw it. She's sitting there and it's like
the golden piano. She's sitting in a gold chair. There's fucking golden candle fucking things on it. The whole Christmas tree is decorated in gold, and I'm sure it's not fucking like the fake gold balls that we had on our Christmas tree and shit that just got gold glitter on it. It's probably real fucking gold dust and shit on them and everything. Real gold ribbon.
For what reason? Like.
Because she has it.
Oh, you're talking about, the Queen Lizard with her fucking crown on. Yeah, she would have a fucking crown on. That fucking crown and shit. She fucking rides around the fucking city and using fucking horses while she does fucking in her golden fucking carriage and shit. Fucking ridiculous, yeah. Like, and her whole entire wealth. How did they get it? Fucking stealing shit. She technically owns more land than anybody in the entire world. She owns 1/6 of all the land in the entire world. That's a fucking shitload of land.
I wonder what her taxes are like.
She don't pay taxes.
I know.
I know, but I'm just saying, fucking bitch don't fucking pay taxes. Lizard queen.
Yeah, if she had to pay taxes, maybe she wouldn't have a gold fucking piano. With all that fucking land.
She got the fucking piano with the fucking tax money from the people. Oh, look at all this money that my people gave to me.
It just makes me wonder, like around here, why the roads aren't fixed and all of the taxes, like from every everybody. There's 4.1 million people in Massachusetts.
Well, because the taxes don't go to fucking that. That's when people get all that confused and wrong and stuff and thinks that the taxes, a very small amount of our taxes go to fucking roads and school and things that they should go to. It all goes to defense. Military budget and shit like that. Cut all the other budgets and fucking pay all the fucking people.
I wish we could take a vote to what our taxes actually went to.
That's what it should. If it's gonna be taxes and stuff that's what it should be.
Statewide, it should be like what this state particularly needs more.
Well, because it has to be state and federal and everything or whatever, or one general thing, and everybody should have pick. You have to put a certain, a minimum amount towards. Everything there has to have something. So you could put the minimum amount to everything, or you could put, so much, but everything has to have, you have to put a little bit towards each thing, and something can have more, I would go with like schooling and roads and the things that we need and shit. Defense, we don't need to spend fucking trillions and trillions of fucking dollars on all this defense for nothing, for fake fucking shit that they fucking cause in the first place to make us fucking be like, oh yeah, spend all that money on defense. Nothing's happening, so people are like, why are we spending all this money on defense? They're like, oh shit, make something happen again.
Yeah. You're like, this is why we need it.
Fucking wars and shit that fucking we create and everything like that, and we pay for them when we should be paying for our roads, and we should be paying for all this shit. But before taxes and before the Federal Reserve and all that shit was even created, we had roads, we had school, we had police, we had fucking, all that stuff. Amazing, and people are like, what, we need the taxes for that. We don't need taxes. We can do all that shit. We're perfectly capable of doing all this shit without fucking government. We do it for fucking cheaper too. It's ridiculous.
It's a cycle. Get the roads fixed, because then it fucks up your cars, and that helps fuel the auto mechanics and fucking cycle and shit.
Of course.
So many times of driving over a bunch of bullshit to get a new car dealerships, more taxes and more sales tax, and people in debt and all that. It's a vicious cycle. Why would you fix the roads?
Exactly.
Yep. Oh, forgive me, people. I'm rolling blunts. I forgot to tell Tony to roll it. I mean, roll it or roll it. I mean, whatever. Anyways.
I can't roll it.
That's it for the news this week. What else can we talk about right now? We got a few more people. Yep, Jiggy's not here tonight. He is under the weather, not feeling well. Positive vibes to him, and we'll probably do like a full show. I'm just gonna do a little show tonight. Everybody's always wanting to see the shows, so I came on to do a show for y'all for a little while, and think we're gonna do a show. I'm gonna wait for Jiggy to let me know. I don't think if he had anything else going for New Year's, and we'll probably do a New Year's Eve party show. So we'll probably be here on New Year's Eve for the full show. It'll be a late show. We'll start it later. Probably we'll start it maybe at 9 o'clock, and we'll go to after midnight. We'll bring in the New Year with everybody, talking about all the paranormal shit and fucking crazy fucking conspiracy facts that happened 2018. Talk about all the stuff that may happen and what could possibly happen in 2019. Talk about, a lot of the stories that we covered. Like I did tonight, we covered Tabby Star again, because again, of course, it's in the news again. It's been in the news a lot since it was discovered back in, well, it was discovered in 2015, but I don't think they told the public until like 2017, and then of course all fucking year this year, and every other month it seems like there's a new theory about what's going on with it and everything. So we'll probably be here Monday night, if not Monday night, we'll be here one day this weekend and stuff to do a, you know, a full show and talk stuff. Maybe we'll have some guests calling in that we had on throughout the year. I had a lot of guests on in 2018. SOTLB several times. We had Billy Carson for Bit of Knowledge. Brian Divisions was on 2 times this year. Let's see, who else did we have on? I can't even think of everybody we had on. Natasha Ninks. John D'Souza was just on recently. So we've had a lot of guests on. Maybe someone will call in. Talk. Willie Mike, of course, has been a guest several times. As always, he'll be coming on more now. He's got his new mask, so he can actually breathe and talk and be able to do things. And, you know, the old mask is really cool. You know, we had Cruz on this year. We've had Jim Chesna several times talking about the Box Saga. He will be coming on again, probably, maybe sometime in January. We'll be talking with Jim again. Jim, I love Jim. Awesome guy. He is now the one who's passing the Box Saga on. Him and Michelle. I forget Michelle's last name. He's another one. But we talk with Jim a lot about the Box Saga. If you don't know about the Box Saga, after this show, go back and watch our episodes where we talk to Jim about the Box Saga and watch all his videos. Just search Box Saga with Jim Chesna. It's a really interesting story. Out of all the possibilities and how we got here and how things come to be, this story has a lot of truth to it, I would say. It connects a lot of dots with a lot of things, where a lot of other things, these, you know, ancient alien type stories of where we came from, how we created, and how things came about. That has a lot of holes in it, a lot of things, you know. There's a lot of truth to that stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of stuff with these stories. But the Box Saga, when you listen to it and the creation of things and all of it, I'm not saying the whole thing is truthful, because there's a lot of stuff in there where I question and I'm like, huh, you know. But it really is. It's a very interesting story, and Jim is an amazing storyteller. And when you listen to Jim and he tells the story, it's fucking awesome. It's fucking great. So check out that video. Y'all ain't got nothing to do on this holiday weekend for New Year's. Binge watch our old videos the last year and the last couple years. We got a couple years worth of videos. You can also, I'm pretty sure we still have stuff that's on Google Play and iTunes and stuff. You can go and listen to really old archive shows. You know, there'll be a lot going on in 2019. New episode of ParanormalHooD should be coming out. I don't know exactly when yet. This is the editing and doing all that stuff from our most recent investigation. There'll be more episodes of that coming out, especially when it gets into the warmer months and everything, and we can go and do places, because a lot of places where we want to go are, you know, outdoorsy, or they're not heated and everything. And in New England, it's no fun investigating shit in the middle of the winter.
Definitely not.
We kind of got lucky. It was a little bit warm when we went to the last place, and it was actually, they actually have to keep the place that we were in heated and stuff, so pipes don't freeze and stuff, and they still have security guards in there and everything like that. So there's still somewhat heat on, but it's still cold as fuck in there, because the place is old as fuck, and the windows aren't actual windows and fucking shit. So y'all see when the video comes out. So the one with the SOTOV, well, yeah, it was just basically Jay. But yeah, he's been on a couple. We did a couple of shows with him this year. He's been on a couple of times. Did one full show, but he's been called in a few times. So what we're talking about is the investigations and the shows coming up that we'll be doing. What else are we gonna be doing? Who knows? We'll talk about more on our New Year's show special either this weekend, or like I said, we will do a New Year's Eve show, I think. Try and get that done. I ain't got any much else going on, you know. Got kids and stuff. I don't go out and party and do all that shit. I'll be down here in my basement most likely smoking. So we'll have everybody over and doing stuff, and we'll sit here and we'll ring in the new year with y'all. Celebrate the last year of the Solstice Festival, the Yule Festival. Y'all didn't know it starts on the first day of the winter solstice and it goes to the new year, did you? Yule Festival on the winter solstice. It actually celebrates. It's actually, depending on what day the solstice falls in the year and stuff, it's 12 to 13 days. That's why they have a song, the 13 Days of Yule. Well, it's 13 days of the winter festival, which is where the 13 days of Christmas come from. I mean, the 12 days of Christmas has come from, or whatever.
I was gonna say.
But depending on the year and stuff, when the first falls and stuff, from you know, but yeah, so it's a whole long celebration from the day of the winter solstice to, which was the 21st, to January 1st. They celebrate that whole entire thing. It's one big, huge festival. That's what it's supposed to be. But now we just break it down to Christmas and New Year's, whatever, and stuff. You know. So that's how the shit was originally done. That's how the pagans did it. That's just stuff that dates back to the Bach saga and stuff. You know, Jim, and you know, a lot of those traditions go back to that type of living and stuff, and how things used to be and everything before everything got all crazy the way it is now and everything. When you listen to the Bach saga and how things got fucked up and everything, you know, with the Ice Age and stuff, which I've always said, you know, that's how that played a big part in how things changed and the way man was and everything was. And then you listen to the Bach saga, it explains how that all shit that fucking changed everything. Oh, you right? Yeah. You just had it. Okay. Making sure. So yeah. How's y'all's 2018? You ready for 2019?
New year to me.
The new year, new
You
me.
look super enthused about that.
It's always now, so.
Classic thing. I'll say, New Year to me. Like, no, it's not.
New now, new me. So it's like that all the time, every day with me, you know what I mean? But, you know.
New Year, same now.
So, I mean, the year changing doesn't really, I mean, I don't see people put so much on the whole year changing and all that and everything. It starts, you know.
I feel like it's a thing to look forward to. You know,
I mean,
shitty times, new beginnings for you to start over.
it does actually have significance and meanings, but not the way people, I mean, like the pagan and to fucking all this stuff now, whatever. But traditionally, because what the solstice represents is you know, the dying of the sun and stuff, and then it slowly starts to build back up to the spring when they get the plant and life comes back and everything. It does symbolize new life and the new year coming in and new life and everything like that. But people make it into this whole, you know, everything, and then they don't ever fucking do nothing and never fucking change and do anything. The small percentage of people who keep their resolutions and all that fucking thing and shit they talk and everything. That's why all these gyms, you see all these gyms everywhere, they're empty and shit, but all these gyms make money because of fucking just New Year's fucking alone. The money that these people sign up for fucking these ridiculous memberships, and they go for fucking a week or two and then they don't fucking go at all, and they just paid all this money. And that happens every year. And that's why all these gyms are empty, because they talk these people and all these memberships and shit like that at fucking times like this, and nobody fucking wants to really do that shit, and then they stop, and then they got the membership monies and they can't get their money back and everything, and that's it. That's how they do it. That's why all these fucking shits are everywhere. All these diet companies and shit with this diet shit and stuff and everything and all that stuff. Everybody looking for the fucking easy way and stuff, and want to fucking really fucking change and do the fucking work that it takes, do the shadow work and everything. Face the dark side, do what you need to do. I know it's shit's tough. Doing fucking shadow work all the time myself here. Ain't all fucking light over here every day. All the fucking time. You know, you gotta fucking deal with shit. What's up, babe? How's it going? Just me and the queen and Rollers down here. Jiggy's under the weather tonight, so we're just chilling for a little bit, smoking a couple blunts. chatting. Probably do a New Year's show on New Year's Eve. That's what I'm saying. We'll just.
Together and count down, have everybody watch.
Here we go.
Count down together for Paranormal Hood.
On, send out the text now to everybody.
Thanks. I honestly wanted to trip into the new year.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too.
I wanted to.
Alright, buddy. Sending out a max text if we're having a New Year's party and we're going to be live on TV.
These are delicious.
I can't. I don't like cheese and stick ones.
Cheese is cheese. What's wrong with you? Cheese sticks are the best thing ever. I was gonna say I don't want that.
So, how was your trip up here, Bay? Did you enjoy your time when you came up here and everything? Did you enjoy New England? Bay was up here recently. She got to stop in the studio. Anytime anybody's in the New England area, well, I'm not gonna say anybody, but pretty much anybody. Y'all got check with us and stuff. But y'all can come down to the studio and hang out with us if you're in the area for a Thursday night show or whatever and stuff like that. We got guests that come in here. Not everybody Skypes in and stuff. People get the privilege of coming down here and being in the garden of knowledge and hanging out with us.
She said New Year's Paranormal Rocket Eve. You can't be texting. You're doing a show.
I'm trying to plan the New Year's Eve party show.
I don't think you need to do that on here.
Sure we do. I just invited everybody on there to come to the show. So to watch the show. Right? You two gonna be down here. You're not doing anything on New Year's. You're not going. You're still recovering from your last fucking adventure out. Still. Rolla went to a show and she was rocking a little too hard.
Gave herself a unicorn horn.
My head is
Her head's still hurting. Still seeing spots and shit. Little birds tweeting her fucking ears every now and then, right? So she probably won't be doing that for a little while. Yep. Virtual invites are out. Oh, I'm gonna close that so that don't dry out. Yeah. I haven't gone we don't really go out on New Year's anyway. I haven't done that shit in years. It's too crazy
cold
out there. It's too cold around here too if I go out on New Year's. Although it's supposed to be in the 40s this year. Last year it was cold as fuck.
It was like
Yeah, it was like a record low. It's
like ice. It was crazy.
But excuse me. I think we could do that.
What?
If it's close enough to 50, we could have a fire outside and we could put the camera and we could do the show outside because it's got a long enough thing and everything. We just wouldn't have the TVs and monitor everything. We'd have to like watch on our phones and monitor it that way. We celebrate shit pagan style around here. That's why I don't take my Christmas tree down until after New Year's, until New Year's Day and stuff.
It's driving me nuts.
She wants to take it down, but it's we just celebrate the holiday. We celebrate, the holiday, the way it's to
over.
be celebrated. That one part of it's over.
A wrap.
That's one part of
Tree
it.
was up long enough.
The birth of the sun is only one part. It starts with the death of the sun on the 21st, and then he's reborn. And then it continues until the new year.
Okay.
And that's the end of it. See, back in the day, they would just be, they would, from the solstice all the way through, they'd be partying hard all the way until the new year. You know, big, huge feasts and everything. Everybody, all families, everybody be together, gathering, going places. It'd be a whole thing. It wasn't just on Christmas, just for Christmas. Did a little celebration on Christmas and stuff. You know, that's where all this comes from. You know, all these traditions and stuff that people celebrate now. That's all. It's not even the real tradition. It's just part of the tradition. They've shortened it down and cut it all up and made it into these other things and forgotten about all the rest of it. Well, we bringing it back here on Paranormal Hood. I've always tried to do like that stuff, like keep the Christmas tree up until after New Year's and stuff. We get it after Thanksgiving around here, though. Get it the day after Thanksgiving or that weekend, and keep it up until New Year's. It's nice having Christmas trees. I like Christmas lights and shit. It smells good. Christmas trees smell good. You know, you get to take the light from outside and you bring it inside in the cold winter months, and then there you go. And then you bring the light back when the sun and the cold goes away. Circle of life. Well, I gotta keep talking. I'm talking to people out here. It's not just me talking. You know, I'm talking to myself and everything. You know, it's the God of the knowledge. I'm spreading the knowledge that people have forgotten. Why everybody's so lost? Because they've forgotten things. You know, they keep.
Forgotten.
Keep people from getting lost. We've separated ourselves from nature. We are nature. So I'm talking to everybody, whoever's listening, you know. I'm talking to everybody, letting everybody know that's what, you know.
Are you talking to me?
You talking to me?
This lady at work today told me that she spent her Christmas watching scary Christmas movies from like the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, Haunted Space, Viddy Space, where you can find Paranormal Hood live. Investigations. They did this whole haunted Christmas movie thing.
Yeah,
For
she
the
was like,
whole
"Oh, have
fucking
you ever
thing.
seen Black Christmas?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that came out like a couple years ago." And she's like, "No, the 70s." I was like,
No,
"No,
the
I
original
haven't
one
seen
came
it."
out in the 70s.
Yeah, I was like, "No, I haven't."
But that's what they were doing. They were playing all the older ones and they're playing the newer ones and stuff, like all the Krampus and shit like that. So, you know, if y'all haven't checked it out, go check out Viddy Space. You get, you know, first 15 days is free and shit, and then it's, you know, it's a good deal after that if you like all this paranormal stuff. And then you get to see us. You know, we'll show y'all. We could show you little clips and stuff on here, but otherwise you gotta watch the full episodes on there. And you know, if you want to know other ways to get it for free, I can tell you, but just not on here. No, I'm just kidding. No, VIDI space. So yeah, VID. It might be VDI, but it's not a Y in it. It's viddyspace.com. I can't go to it right now and stuff. Or you can look up the Haunted Space too. Hauntedspace.com will take it to you. And you go in there, and like I said, you get a 15-day trial and stuff, and then I forget what it is monthly after that or whatever, you know. But there's all kinds of paranormal stuff on there, like our show's on there, but there's everything. All Nick Roth has all kinds of stuff on there, and a whole bunch of other people. What's his name? You know, Jesse from the first Fast and the Furious, kid who gets shot in front of the house. You know, him. He's got his shows on there. He's a paranormal investigator and stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they have on there. They do, like I said, they show all kinds of paranormal movies that people never even heard of and stuff, or very few people have heard of and stuff. Old stuff, new stuff, everything like that. It's everything to do with haunted stuff, and you know, started by Nick Groth and Elizabeth Saint, and you know, they're trying to bring all the whole paranormal thing right there, so people are doing it because, you know, all that mainstream stuff that they do on, you know, like the Travel Channel and stuff, you know, where Nick started out and everything like that and whatever, but they make it, you know, they make it a lot of stuff what it really isn't and stuff, and you know, for the ratings and the shows and to do a lot of stuff like that. So you know, they wanted to start a thing so people can do their own thing and be whatever and say whatever and do stuff like us. Like, you know, we smoke all the time, even when we're on investigations and stuff like that. And we ain't gonna be able to do that on the Travel Channel and stuff. I can't fucking say, fuck, what the fuck was that noise over there and shit? Y'all hear that shit? On a fucking Destination America and stuff like that. We can't do that stuff on there. You know, we don't want them to edit stuff to make it look like things are happening that aren't really happening and everything. We want it to be actually, you know, we edit, the only thing that we edit it down is for time, basically. You know, like the last investigation, we were there for like 4 or 5 hours, but the episode's probably going to only be like an hour long, so they're just going to cut it. There's a lot of walking around and everything, and where we're going to set up the cameras to look and see what we're doing, whatever. And so that's the only thing that we edit out. We don't make it look like this happened and it didn't happen at this time and everything and all that stuff. What you see is how it's actually happening and everything like that. They're just gonna edit out a lot of basically the walking around and stuff that you guys don't want to see. What I'm probably gonna do, because on that they do actual live stream investigations, like live people doing stuff live, and we're gonna be doing some of those where they're, you know, filming us and it's being shown broadcast live the whole entire investigation. From the beginning to the end, you know, us walking through the woods or walking through a house or a building or whatever it is, and people will be able to, you know, just like here on YouTube and stuff, but it's on, you know, be through video space. People can chat with us and stuff or whatever as we're doing it, and you know, that's how like they do that. Jesse does a lot of those. They do. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's like paranormal dating shows and stuff on there, like with tarot card reading and everything. It's really cool shit. If y'all like our show, y'all like and into the stuff that we're into, you'll like that. So it's good shit. So as you can see, we're smoking the last blunt right now. For tonight. But we'll be back either this weekend for a full Paranormal Hood live radio show. We didn't do a full one tonight. Most likely it will be on New Year's Eve. If it's not a full show, because like I said, I'll be here in my house chilling. I got little me upstairs. We'll be sleeping. So, and most likely I'll be ringing in the new year with some mushrooms. And I'll come on here and I'll hang out with y'all. Talk about some stuff. Maybe Roll will be on some mushrooms too, or something. Tripping.
Every time I trip, I have to go frolic.
I got 400 milligram gel tabs. I'm not doing that. I know. I ain't got fucking 12 hours.
I don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yep.
From like your 3rd hour in until your 8th hour in, you're just like, you gotta be doing something. Just sitting here.
It's because it's so long. It's just, it kind of,
You have to like, what I mean is like, you either have to, I like to go outside. I like to just walk around outside and hang out and like enjoy the scenery of like the city and everything.
Yeah, she means you don't just be like sitting there and stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't, cause like, I don't know, but I like to, or you can like paint or color or something like that. Like, oh my god, coloring on it is so much fun. Seeing all like vibrant.
I have a 4-year-old. I paint and color all the time.
Yeah, but
But
on
on
acid
acid.
or
I don't need to be on
mushrooms.
acid.
Totally
Whole
different.
other fucking.
Good.
It's amazing, honestly. It's crazy. You really learn to appreciate the crayons and pencils and everything that you got going on and the art it can make.
Yep. So as I was saying, yeah, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you got your notifications on, because we go live and do shows all the time, just randomly, not just on Thursday nights. Like I said, we'll post up on Instagram, Facebook, and stuff, wherever everything is. You know, we follow Paranormal Hood and Paranormal Hood Live Radio everywhere, and we'll be posting and letting you know when the next show will be. But most likely it will be a New Year's Eve show. Yeah, art is fun, period, and stuff. It's good fun when you're not high and not on fucking psychedelics and stuff. But yeah, it's really fun when you are on psychedelics and stuff like that. But
I've been asking Will to do paint night with me so much. It's not happening.
this last blunt is almost smoked. So we will say goodnight to y'all. Have a good weekend, and until next time, peace and love.
Night.
Good night. We out of here. Go watch some old episodes. Lots of good stuff on there. Lots of good interviews. Check it out. Go review Paranormal Hood 2018. Peace and love, everybody.